Today we're going to start on page 407. This is lesson 4 of Unit 8. So on this page, it says the prefix tri means 3. So it's easy to remember that a triangle has 3 angles. Triangles can take names from the types of angles they have. So right here, a right triangle has one right angle, right here, which we show by drawing a small square at the right angle. An obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle, which is a wider angle, and an acute triangle has 3 narrower angles, which are less than 90 degrees. You can also use letters to write and talk about triangles. This triangle is triangle QRS. Name its 3 angles and their types. So I've got angle QRS. So you do angle QRS. And it can also be named SRQ. Okay, and this is a right angle. Okay, so I'm going to put right. All right, now let's start at a different point, and let's start at point R, and we're going to write RSQ. Okay, so we're starting at R, I'm going to S, and then I'm going to Q. So angle RSQ, and it is also QSR. And if you notice, the middle letter, the middle point here on each one is the same. Now this one is a smaller angle, and so we're going to label this angle as acute. A-C-U-T-E. All right, now let's go on to another set of angles. So we've got angles S. Now we'll start at the S, and we'll go SQR. So angle SQR. And then we can also label this angle as angle RQS. And we've got angle RQS. And that is also a smaller angle. And so that one is also acute. On to number 2. What kind of triangle is triangle QRS? Okay, and I see this right here, that little box. So that tells me it is a right triangle because it has one right angle shown by the box. Number 3 asks us to draw and label a right triangle, an acute triangle, and an obtuse triangle. So we're going to be doing 3 different triangles. The first triangle it's asking us to draw is a right triangle. And as you can see, I drew a nice right angle, and I put the little box to show that that is the 90-degree angle. Next, I'm going to draw an acute triangle. An acute triangle has 3 acute angles, which are less than 90 degrees, and you can see all 3 angles. The final triangle I'm going to draw is an obtuse triangle. An obtuse triangle has a wide angle that is more than 90 degrees. On page 408, we're going to do the first 3 together, and then the rest you're going to do on your own. The directions say to name each triangle by its angles and then explain your thinking. So the first one, here, number 4, that has all small angles. So that is an acute triangle because it has 3 acute angles. The next one is a right triangle because it has 1 right angle. And number 6, that one is another acute triangle because, again, it has 3 acute angles. Okay, now I want you to pause the video and I want you to do numbers 7 through 15. Now you can go ahead and check your work. The last question on this page asks us to describe how angles make triangles different from one another. One way is that the greater the size of an angle, so think of an obtuse angle, the longer the opposite side. And you can see that is true if you look up at number 7, and we have our obtuse angle right here. This side is longer. Now we're going to move on to page 409, and we're going to discuss the sides of a triangle. So triangles can be named by their sides. Small tick marks, which are these things here, tell us when sides are equal. The prefix equa means equal. Triangles that have 3 equal sides are called equilateral. Triangles that have 2 equal sides are called isosceles. And the word isosceles comes from very old words that mean equal legs. So there's the isosceles, and the tick marks show which sides are equal. Triangles with no equal sides are called scalene. All triangles that are not equilateral or isosceles are scalene. Next, we're going to use these triangles here to answer the questions below. All right, so we're going to look at these triangles. Remember, those tick marks show you which sides are equal. So we're going to write the letter names of the scalene triangles. So you need to find triangles that do not have equal sides. And so I see that this one would be triangle DEF would be scalene. And as I look at the other triangles, they all have tick marks on it except for this one. The tick marks mean that there are equal sides, and I know with scalene there are not any equal sides. So I'm going to put triangle STU as scalene. Now I need to find the equilateral triangles, and those have 3 equal sides, so there will be 3 tick marks on these sides of the triangle. So I see one right here, so that is going to be triangle ABC. And I also see this one, and I'm going to name that one triangle PQR. For the isosceles triangles, we're going to look for triangles that have 2 tick marks. And I see this one and this one. So I'm going to call the first one triangle HGI. And then the other one is triangle JKL. Now we're going to identify triangles by the sides. So let's look at number 20. And does this one have any equal sides? Well, I don't see any tick marks, so that must mean that this one is scalene. So that one is scalene because it has 0 equal sides. Okay, the next one, now remember, we're looking at the sides, not the angles. Okay, so the sides of this triangle, I see that there are not any tick marks showing that any are equal, and so that one is also scalene. And for triangle on number 22, I see 2 tick marks, which means that there are 2 equal sides. So that one is going to be isosceles. Please pause the video and complete numbers 23 through 31 on your own. Okay, so now you can check your own work. Please be honest. Fix the ones that you got wrong. If you notice that on numbers 25 and 29, those are both equilateral and isosceles, because isosceles has at least 2 equal sides, which an equilateral triangle does. So those 2 would be both.